I walked the runway at the charity gala wearing his ring and carrying his child. In 3 hours, I'd give back one and never tell him about the other. The celebrities I'd styled looked flawless under the lights, each gown, each accessory placed exactly where it should be. 50 million reasons to be here. 50 million reasons to pretend my hands weren't shaking. Claire Johnson, everyone, the announcer's voice boomed, the visionary behind tonight's stunning looks. Applause crashed over me like a wave. I smiled, bowed, and scanned the crowd out of habit. Then I saw him. Lawson stood near the back, his camera around his neck, his face frozen in confusion. Of course he was here. His family's company was hosting this. His mother had made sure I knew that when she'd made her offer 3 months ago. Style 7 celebrities for our annual gala. $50 million. But you leave my son. He has a destiny, Ms. Johnson, and you're not part of it. I told Lawson it had a major gig, that I'd be busy, that we'd see each other after. He'd kissed my forehead and told me he was proud of me. I hadn't told him I was 8 weeks pregnant. I turned away from his stare and headed backstage, my heart hammering. Just get to the exit, collect the payment, disappear. Claire! His voice cut through the noise. I walked faster. Claire, wait! A hand grabbed my arm, but it wasn't his. Mrs. Avery, Lawson's mother, stood there in a silver gown that flattered her rich complexion and made her look like the matriarch she was. The money has been transferred, she said coldly. Our business is concluded. Let me go. I tried to pry my arm from her grip, but she held on. He's coming. I thought you should know. I just told him about our arrangement. Her smile was ice, and all of it. And with that, she let go of my arm and floated gracefully away. My stomach dropped. Lawson pushed through the backstage chaos, his face no longer confused. Now it was shattered. Tell me she's lying. I couldn't look at him. Lawson, tell me you didn't take money from my mother to leave me. The word mother hit differently than I expected. I thought he was a struggling photographer. I thought his family was modest, distant. I had no idea until she told me. No idea he was heir to the Avery fashion empire, that his sick father was stepping down, that his mother was desperate for him to take over, that I was the obstacle. I took the job, I said quietly. I styled the celebrities. I earned that money. That's not what I asked. I forced myself to meet his eyes. Yes, I took the deal. Something in him cracked. Why? I thought we were. You're a photographer, Lawson. I'm a designer who could barely pay rent. This was $50 million. I would have given you anything. I don't want to be given things. The words came out sharper than I meant. I wanted to earn something on my own. I wanted security. You wanted money more than you wanted me. The accusations sat between us like broken glass. I had no answer that would make it worse. My hand moved instinctively to my stomach. Just for a second, a protective gesture I couldn't control. I caught myself and dropped it, but his eyes followed the movement, tracked it, understood something without understanding anything. The silence stretched. He stared at where my hand had been. I stared at him staring. "Claire," he said slowly, too slowly. "Don't." My voice shook. "Please don't ask me anything." His mouth opened, closed. The question hung in the air between us, unspoken but deafening. I reached into my purse and pulled out the ring, the simple silver band he'd given me 4 months ago, before everything got complicated, before his mother had offered me a choice I should have refused. "Here," I said, holding it out. He looked at the ring, then at my face, then at my stomach, then back at the ring. His jaw tightened. His hand trembled as he took it from me. We stood there, in the chaos of the backstage area, assistants rushing past, music thumping from the gala, camera flashes popping in the distance, and said nothing. Everything that mattered pressed against my throat, begging to be said. Every truth I was choosing to bury because saying it out loud would ruin us both in different ways. He knew I was hiding something. I could see it in his eyes. The question, the confusion, the terrible dawning realization of something he couldn't quite name. But he didn't ask. And I didn't tell. "I should go," I whispered. He nodded once. Just once. His fist closed around the ring. I turned toward the exit, each step feeling like walking through concrete. "Claire." I stopped but didn't turn around. The silence behind me was so heavy I could barely breathe. I waited for him to say it, to ask the question that would break everything open, to demand the truth I was drowning in. But he didn't ask. And I didn't tell. "Goodbye," he said finally. The word cracked down the middle. I walked through the doors into the cool night air, one hand on my stomach, $50 million in my account, and a secret that would grow heavier with every passing day. Behind me, the gala continued, the lights sparkled, the champagne flowed, and somewhere inside, Lawson stood holding a ring and a question he'd been too afraid or too hurt to ask.